Hi there, my name is Courtney. I'm with the City of New West fitness team, and we're going to do a bit of a stretch together today. But before we begin, please fill out the PAR-Q form which we have provided online. You should fill that out at least once a year to ensure that you're ready for physical activity. And as always, have some water nearby, stay safe, have fun, pause the video if you need to, and go at your own pace. All you're going to need today is a mat. We don't need very much room. You might also want to have a strap. If you don't have a strap, a towel will work just fine. Keep that near you. And we're going to start seated on a yoga mat or a towel, whatever you have nearby. Start by sitting nice and tall. Really root your sits bones down into your mat or your blanket or towel. Draw your shoulder blades back and down and get nice and tall through your spine and relax those shoulders. And if you're like me, you might be carrying a little bit of stress in your shoulders lately. So focus on letting them drop down. Nice long inhales and exhales. You might even close your eyes throughout this video and just listen to my cues. A couple of more nice breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. One more. Inhale and exhale. Good. Now we're going to warm up the spine by coming onto all fours. Once you're on all fours, lining up your elbows and your wrists underneath your shoulder joints, lining up your knees underneath your hip joints, and you're just going with your breath. You're inhaling to round, 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 and you're exhaling to come the other direction with your spine. So really extending through that spine. And you're going with your breath. If it's too much to go with your breath, just move. And we're just warming up the spine to get us ready to stretch. And if you're like me lately, perhaps watching a little bit more TV than you normally do, warming up the spine will feel really, really good. Good, one more. Last one. Good, coming back to neutral spine, taking your hands a little bit wider and spreading your fingers out like little sunbeams, tucking your toes. And you're going to come up into downward dog, and that's lifting your hips up and taking some movement here. So walking the dog, pedaling your heels, really keeping those fingers spread out, and imagine palming or using your palms like suction cups on the mat. And then finding a little bit of stillness when you're ready by pressing your heels down, pressing your armpits towards the tops of your thighs. Good, and dropping your knees back down to the mat. And we're gonna make it nice and easy now by coming onto our backs. You're gonna have your strap or your towel nearby, all the way down onto your back with your feet flat on the floor. We're gonna start with a hamstring stretch. Without the strap or the towel, you're bringing your leg all the way up, and you can hang on behind your hamstring or a little higher up. If your knee is bent slightly, doesn't matter, you're just focusing on lengthening through that leg until you feel a stretch. I've got a clock here, so we're going to hold this for 30 seconds. 30 seconds can feel like a long time if you don't focus on your breath. So focus on your breath. Nice long inhales and exhales. And with every exhale, if you get a little deeper into that stretch by lengthening through the back of that leg, you'll get deeper into that stretch. And at any point, if you need a break, you can always just bend your knee and relax a little bit. Good, we're gonna take that ankle and cross it over the other knee and gently press that knee away. That might feel like a great stretch. If you want to increase the intensity, you might lift those legs up. Reach through the legs for thread the needle. And here, relax your shoulders. Relax your tailbone. You can even take your hand and gently press that knee away from you to increase the stretch. Good, nicely done. You're going to unpretzel those legs. Lift your other leg up towards the ceiling, hanging on behind your hamstring or your calf. coming back to your breath, inhaling and exhaling to get a little bit deeper. Again, that knee might be slightly bent if that's more comfortable for you. It doesn't have to be straight. We're going to come into thread the needle on the other side. It might feel different, different side, different experience, gently pressing that knee away. If this is great, stay here. If you want a little bit more, drawing those legs up for thread the needle. If you enjoyed gently pressing that knee away with your hand, go ahead and do that. Relaxing your shoulders if they've come up a bit. Good, unpretzel yourself. Now if you're part of the tight hamstring club, I'm going to show you how to do this with a strap or a towel. My hamstrings are very tight, so I find this very helpful. You're going to take your towel or your strap and loop it over your foot and use that to get you a little deeper into the stretch. Same thing, you're inhaling, and on those exhales, you're just lengthening through that leg and drawing that leg down towards your chest. Nice long inhales, nice long exhales. We're going to repeat this on the other leg to really get deep into those hamstrings. The easiest way is to lift that other foot into your strap or towel, lower that other foot, and lengthen and breathe. Nice long inhales and nice long exhales. The strap's always optional. You don't have to use a strap or a towel. Good, gently release. We're going to go back to this first side and we're going to work on the outer and inner hips. For this one, you will want a strap or a towel. So loop that strap back over. Hang on to that strap with the opposite hand. There's going to be a lot of opposites. If you get it wrong, it doesn't really matter. Lengthen that other leg down on the floor, and you're taking that leg across the body. Your other palm is facing up. Now, if your leg doesn't come down to the floor, it doesn't matter. As soon as you feel a nice big stretch, you're doing it right. If you need to come out of the stretch, come out. Otherwise, just use your breath and relax into the stretch. Good, come up nice and slow. We're going to do that little transfer trick where we bring our foot up, put it inside your strap or towel, switch hands. Take your other arm out, palm facing up, and you're taking that leg across your body. And the side's probably going to feel different. We're not perfectly symmetrical. That's what makes us cool. If your foot doesn't touch the floor, that's totally fine. Nice big inhales and nice big exhales. And you can use the strap to assist that leg back up. Now we're going to do the inner thighs, transferring your other foot back into the strap. That other knee can stay bent if that's more comfortable for you, and you're taking the leg outward, using the strap to control the movement. And again, depth will just depend on where you're at, and it doesn't really matter. So my leg doesn't quite touch the floor. If yours does, great. If it doesn't, great. Good, you're going to use that strap to slowly come up. Transfer that other foot. Take your arm out nice and long, taking the leg out. Going slow. These muscles can get really tight sometimes, so we don't want to go too fast into any kind of flexibility movement. Nice big inhales and exhales. Good, coming back to center. Let's just set that strap or towel to the side where it won't get in your way. You're going to roll onto one side. Bring your top leg forward just so you can rest on that knee. Bring both arms out straight in front of you, and you're going to sweep open that top arm, open the book. Both palms are facing the ceiling. That's to help open up those shoulder joints and help stretch out those pectoral, those chest muscles. Good, and you're going to slowly close the book. We're going to flip sides. I'm going to turn this way so that I can keep facing you, but all you need to do is flip over. Bring that top leg in front so that you can rest on your knee. Your hips have support. Bring both arms straight out from your chest, and you're going to open the book. Now again, that back hand might not touch the floor. It might touch the floor. You can always put pillows around you to kind of rest your arms, your hands, make it more comfortable for you. And the breath work really helps to calm down that nervous system and allow you to stretch a little deeper. Good. We're going to close the book. And since we're already here, we're going to do a bit of a quad stretch on the floor. So you're taking that top foot and you're reaching for your ankle. If you can't reach your ankle, you could always grab your pant leg or your sock. And what we're looking for is the knee to be pointed straight down. And you're gently drawing that leg straight back. What we want to watch for is we don't want that knee to wing out, for anything to come out of alignment, so keeping things nice and straight and breathing. Nice long inhale and exhale. One more inhale and exhale. Good, and because it was fun, we're going to do both sides. So flip sides. I'm going to come this way so I can keep facing the camera. Nice and long, get your hips stacked first, and you're going for that other ankle or pant leg or sock, whatever you can grab. That knee is pointed straight down towards the wall. From here, you're gently bringing that leg straight back. If you feel a stretch, you're doing it right. Being mindful if you feel any pain to come out of the stretch and adjust your position. Nice long inhale. And nice long exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Good, nicely done. Gently release that leg. Coming onto your back once again. And we're going to get nice and long while we're down on the floor. From here, stretching out those fingers, stretching out those toes. Get as long as you possibly can. You might even grow a centimeter or two. That tends to happen when you do lots of stretching or yoga. I don't know if that's official, but I believe it. And then take your arms out nice and wide. Get a bit of a chest stretch here. Palms facing up. And then bringing your knees in towards your chest, giving them a great big hug. And you can even get a little bit of a massage here. You can draw circles with your hips. Do a few in one direction, do a few in the other. We're going to end with a nice gentle twist. And then Shavasana, which is lying on the floor and relaxing. So with the twist, bringing your knees up, your shins are parallel to the ceiling, taking your arms out, palms facing up, and you're bringing both knees over to the right or the left. It doesn't actually matter. And from here, taking a nice long inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let's do one more. Inhale and exhale. Good, nicely done. Use those core muscles to gently bring your knees back up. Shins are parallel. When you feel ready, take your knees over to the other side. Different side, different experience. Once you're settled, nice long inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And one more. Inhale and exhale. Good, nicely done. Everything back to center. We're going to come into Shavasana, but if you need to do any kind of wiggles or movements, you could hug those knees in and rock side to side. You could do a little bit of happy baby, whatever you need to do to get settled into Shavasana. Now with Shavasana, if you have a tight lower back, it's really nice to keep your knees bent. You can even take your feet a little wider apart and let your knees rest against each other. Once you're down here, you can open up your chest a little more by nestling your shoulder blades underneath you. Palms are facing up. If you don't have a tight lower back and you want to experiment with Shavasana with legs straight out on the floor, you can also do that, and you can spread out a little bit. Once you're here, focus back on your breath. And if you're like me and you have a hard time concentrating while you're doing yoga or stretches, bring your senses into your body and just notice where your skin is touching your mat or the floor and what that feels like, those physical sensations. What do you notice about the sounds around you, the smells around you, how your clothing feels against your skin? So really focusing on your senses. And now that you're in Shavasana with me, I want to thank you for following along with this video. And I invite you to stay in Shavasana for as long as you need to stay in Shavasana. Please enjoy.